boom, boom. I mean, great one. At this point in time, our season, what is most important is the steps you make towards a goal and in your here. And of course, one step forward from Enzo Maresca and Emranti. And they needed to make that step. They needed. Na idea who here pa baby at Chelsea what in fact and then now tell Obia about the analysis of Chelsea for how they played on game their course, so how to be able to go in and qualify for the Champions League. Seriously, the more heading Newcastle Bebo switch down, Nottingham Forest, Bebo FA Cup game, Man City Bebo FA Cup game, it's Chelsea Newcastle and about FA Cup game, Aston Villa Chelsea Newcastle League game. Aston Villa FA Cup game. It is a chance be say there is I don't know, non-negotiable at this point in time. And Enzo Maresca and Manti, we knew something said now Enzo Maresca going into match, Obenya a touchline ban. Intina and Yadia Obebobi or because of course the from accumulated yellow card na Enzo Maresca Eddie in recent times. Intina, of course. He wasn't going to be able to play over there for Chelsea Football Club, and he went into the game knowing said, because match so one shed there, then it means that Ukraine ABA winning and that's exactly what Chelsea for them to make sure say they will get the most important win, and they did exactly just that. I mean, how did it unfold? I did about here in the game, and I'm here particularly enthused about was the starting lineup at Enzo Maresca at the Shas here because first of all Enzo Fernandez Enzo Maresca ball how Chelsea went into the game, how important the game was going to be. Definitely you told yourself, okay, fine, how are Chelsea going to get a result, and then given how Chelsea have been able to play and given how Everton for form have been very, very good, very, very good to the extent that one Shini now say who underrate you going into this match. You really understand how good they were. They were very good. In fact, against Man City, it took Man City 85th minute to score the first goal. 85th minute versus Team Everton. Your friend is saying Team Everton Everton to be able to score the first goal over there. It was a tough one. Clearly saying that Chelsea for an exploited Everton for fullback who was very, very important. How Chelsea were playing in there. First half, I'll tell you about the tactical analysis that Enzo Maresca game in him. But the most important thing, however, was done by the job and how Chelsea managed it in the first half. Of course, Everton for them, manager on the mobile, their branch friend David Moyes and David Moyes in 24 attempts before Samachi, not a winning game against Chelsea that last season. Chelsea shared 6 times, Chelsea shared Everton 6 times. Chelsea for them knew said this was a game they could easily get the win given how many Everton for them have been playing, given how the game state was going. Chelsea for them knew said they could be able to get a win over there against your friend Everton. Of course, the right game, Enzo Maresca went with some very, very intricate style of play. One, of the ball branch friend Moise Caicedo at right back. And I'll start with a branch friend Romeo Lavia. Medical can have said Nipa Romeo Lavia, and they don't know the importance of Romeo. Said player, a play, ne build up, ne in possession, they so many ball finish and for me, I can't say press resistant. Building up from the back, and essentially Chelsea were good. Now, the 2 centre backs at Chelsea, the Coco Remu, obviously, were branch your friend Trevor Chalobah and a branch your friend Levi Cole. And I've mentioned said from now to the end of the season, I did Chelsea here pa a branch your friend Trevor Chalobah, next to branch your friend Levi Cole because no keep it clean sheet. Robert Sanchez keep it clean sheet. I did important and say in 2 centre backs in the Biameka who had a cat and dog profile, back over aggressive, back over passive, where really game no one step you up and then nip the ball in the bud. Very, very important. And that's what Enzo Maresca did Como. And it was a very, very good one. I think that throughout the game, one player I know very, very good on and off the ball. I have Trevor Chalobah. Now, Oh, yeah, very, very good. Reading of the game, stepping up, clearing at the back line, everything. And our branch friend, Romeo Lavia, our branch friend, Sheriff Chaloba, Noye Chirobiano was spot on. And you could give him a lot of credit for saying that all on the board. But the most important thing also was that Enzo Maresca Ekobo, Moises Caicedo on the right hand side of the defense. Also, resting is James cannot start our branch friend Romeo Lavia. Chelsea Ekita Border, then Moises Caicedo. Ebe inverted from the right hand side. Abe Fiifi-Manfred next to a branch friend Romeo Lavia. And so in the first half, not Chelsea are very, very comfortable on the ball for two reasons. Moises Caicedo in himself inverted role boy seeing a lot of players. And especially when Amaro goes to Epra Onya available with James Osha in the last game against Fulham. Not sure that up to it, Sana, the physicality level in this room. So then you play with a branch friend Moises Caicedo over there. Or inverted rule, but only one SO be inverted, one SO stay wide, one SO stay slightly narrow. And I think it's a boy a branch friend Romeo Lavia because Makasa is show Kakrebi around Romeo Lavia. What he gives you the press resistant ability to share in the first half. Now Everton for them main Chelsea for your ball easy. They could play through them and then force Everton into a mid block, into a low block, and then recycle possession very well from Abrantia and your friend Romeo Lavia in there. I think that was a very, very good game plan from Enzo Maresca, and it reminds Obia of how much Chelsea have missed Abrantia friend Romeo. Romeo Lavia, a player he has been missed by because Sir Oshe maybe at Chelsea everybody this season or starting season how Chelsea play when Lavia is on the field of play, the games or more how Chelsea beats a control game. Now Lavia is very, very important, and the injury affected team to a very large extent. By then, 70 minutes now, boy, you could tell us very, very good at Chelsea some confidence in there. One other thing Enzo Maresca in Kofobebre and our game in was the fact that Solskjaer gave me power. You could understand say Enzo Maresca Ebo branch a friend of Noni Madueke not on the right hand side, but Noni Madueke on the left hand side because no person accommodating Pedro Neto into Noni on the left. And I think say usually we know no need to go to the byline and cuts back anytime because Oba inside from the right or in the weak foot, which is the left foot, it's a good one. But say Oba inside from the left side, something is strong foot, which is his right foot. And Enzo Maresca born what a great Chelsea said. No near direct, when you're born with be piano on far nipa or the ball neighbor. And usually so Bisara, it means that you have to keep the weight on the left. And it was good because Chelsea were now inverting a branch of friend Moises Caicedo from the right hand side. Into ultimately inverted Marco Crea. Marco Crea cannot be narrow. I said Marco Crea constantly effort support to a branch of friend Noni Madueke in the wide area. Now Noni hits me by inside, and that's exactly what Noni did. So all back inside and then shooting out goal was a good one. I think it's surprising David Moyes and in the Everton team. So element of surprise was very important in the first half. I don't think even David Moyes expected Nanka Brantia friend Romeo Lavia best started, David. I don't think he expected him. I think Osha game now, most importantly, now Brantia your friend David Moyes, why I expected Sardian, and he take team my friend Everton for by surprise over then. I did about Kwana me very much impressed with how an Chelsea for exploited the space of the Everton fullbacks and on double pivots on deeper players in Gabona. Everton for no passive mid block, one person Bobo Neshe, and most especially was a branch of friend Romeo Lavia. I said, what's are you confident to find those spaces? He doesn't worry about say they are born and I say Bibisa. He wants to play the ball in such areas. I think that passes in between the lines was very, very good for Chelsea for over there when they could control possession and stretch Everton for fullbacks into a big isolation scenarios. The end product and then missing the first half. But again, so time ago in buy around that time. So Everton for the body and Chelsea because more pressure. One of the biggest attributes in senior Mobono when they have an outlet, in the normal outlet in your branch your friend in Beto. So constantly what Everton will do will say, on the ball long, I come back to one. Now Beto hold your play. Then other players will come around and then they will come into the play, which is very good. It's a game plan that makes a lot of sense. In games with CCA. And That is how David Moyes ever ball. David Moyes as a coach now. At the end, said when he's playing games like this, up a hold up player, up a one center forward or a striker, or bit my ball long into our player, then or ball long a player. The plan is that our player bit hold the up, or bit bring other players into play. But at the end, you good with a bench friend in Beto, they say, or you good with the feet. Into sometimes and yes from and the news said now a branch friend of like cool any Trevor Chalobah will be aggressive on them when the ball goes mid-air. So they are on the man show like a crave in the cheek. Now if you want to come back and it's man. So what they wanted to do was that okay, sometimes pick for and vary, sometimes on board sometimes on board the lower, sometimes on board far from and it's added. And you could tell say a brand at Chelsea elbow game from some point in time ball the corner to a branch friend Jaden Pickford now a ball, a short pass, a ball long, in between the lines, into the feet of our branch friend Beto. That is where what's his name? Trevor Chalobah was very, very aggressive. Very aggressive. Now all rising up on the big money in the back, the winning ball, and it was very, very clean. In fact, Rooney Beckers is quickly clean. All winning our ball and then making sure that or better transit with ball. And it was simple. Immediately I went here, your friend Trevor Chalobah a winning ball in that area. Everything was now simple from there. What he could do, and he said, once the side ball in your do side points back, then he passed the ball to Enzo Fernandez. Then Enzo Fernandez passed the ball into Nicolas Jackson. Enzo Fernandez, another important game. Sometimes the simplicity of Enzo Fernandez played and the man standing out. He was again very, very simplistic. Passing the ball into the part of Nicolas Jackson. Good on Nicolas Jackson said, why you saying here? Obedient so probably the most confident player you win. You have the most confident center forward that you have. Our English Premier League because say Obo say that's a one mechanic from outside of the boxer. So when you play and that's the confidence of from take extra touch, and usually you who standing with Nicolas Jackson maybe take extra charge. We hold on to the ball, now turn it, now or change it, the BB team free man banis and man. But that is not what a branch friend Nicolas Jackson. What Nicolas Jackson did was very simple. Set ball in Barbican and Sape, striking across the face of goal with the lazy stuff. Of course, Julian paid for a shot. Internal Bobo Bisano across the face of goal. Eddie, so we do one of that's exactly what happened. A branch friend Jaden Pickford. Anthony Anya said Juman over there. I think that was a very, very good one. In fact, from some point in time, and now I said Chelsea for now relaxing. I would have loved second they will go for the kill. And I was very worried. Said you call half-time by Chelsea broke a criminal for Matiara for 30 minutes. Now I said Chelsea for the focus. That's why we are a little bit worried. I'm much one goal. I'm go too much. Now body Coco Kema. Then I'm over here. Then Enzo Maresca means that I'm a Champions League in I mean, if it was a tougher team, you probably would have come in aggressive on them. But for me, in that 30 minutes also, Adiabaka we probably will not talk about, and they said it was a very matured performance. Keep the ball, keep the ball, keep the ball. Ball came out, you're aggressive. When the ball back, transit, impose yourself in the game, kakra, show ambition, making sure someone sits off. And one person that I think was super in the job that Chelsea did was Abantia, your friend Trevor Chalobah. He was excellent. Ball at Trevor Chalobah, ball maybe you receive the ball in free areas or making sure to be closing in the gap. I mean, the aggression on and off the ball, the reading of the game. Trevor Chalobah was super. He was super across the face of goal. I mean, for Nipa Bebre, maybe some questions say 1-0 pet and a Casana things. And to be very honest, at this point in time, all season, Chelsea don't need to win 10-0, 4-0, 5-0, and Bobo F and Debbie. Like your game New Year. The most important thing in besides Chelsea saw that he was saying or say and now Bonner was saying, and Chelsea just had to win. And I think that a very, very important 3 points LFE. Now, out of 7 games, LFE Chelsea winning with 6 LFE. I think that keeping this win, although it wasn't the most flamboyant, it keeps the momentum for Chelsea. It builds it up. And I think that in there, Nipa Bakua from the start of the video till now, and I have to our friend Robert Sanchez, and then the cross claiming, the shot stopping, bet to Poshot to be or call down quickly far on another one from Dwight McNeil. You could tell say he understands at this point in the season or you're important and then on more unnecessary short pass via bonus and I say M1 the judgment no column. Shana say M1 no column. Shana say M1 no column. And it's important, especially when next season or Baba competing with Georgie Petrovic. Any easy decision at all. Georgie back. Georgie has been doing the job of Strasbourg. Who person the neighbor no Baba deliver or Chelsea and now Brent here friend what's his name? Robert Sanchez or Honor. Noni Madueke, I think say on the left hand side was super. I loved it. Everyone to go to see Lavia back. Again, the press resistance. Anytime anyone with FIFA was one thing. What that football will speak about in more detail midweek. We ramped up a tempo too much towards the end. Ocean Bonner and Chelsea Bonner one touch has the heads previous games this season. Luckily, it didn't today due to some good individual defending. Overall, I think it was a very, very good one from Chelsea for them. So BBR, come on, over there for Chelsea, giving the games now air course. I like the fact that Chelsea for them knew that they had a job to do, and they did exactly just that. And they made sure say everything went on fairly okay. Given the way I Chelsea for match snack and then Newcastle Bebo. Imagine if an upset happens and then it means that Chelsea are right there to take advantage. So upset and happy that then it means that you go on again and work to us next week. And then you try and get the results from subsequent matches. And they are very, very important over there for Chelsea. So make sure you say I'm moving at the results as it stands now, because of course the most important thing here is results. Newcastle Bebo, Nottingham Forest will play later, Man City Bebo. All of these games not tough. Emma Ravi said Ipswich Town match Newcastle Bebo. So Oluswa, it means that automatic relegation out of the season. Only be one next season. Now they will go in this Premier League next season. What Chelsea has to do is to make sure say at this point in time and get a job done, get the points, and then move on from there. One is that's a Coco Kema. Then you are in trouble and people begin to ask questions of you. Say, Okrano. I say, born out, burning down, when you're serious, busy, when your margin said, we qualify at the Champions League. Guys, you're wrapping up the conversation. I say, on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, in terms of the analysis. They say thank you to everybody. Later in the day, we'll bring you some more. Until then, take care. Bye.